we got to stop blaming the labor market. It's not the labor market, it's us. And as soon as we said, if our employees make a mistake, it's our fault. If we can't get enough employees, it's our fault. If we can't find a warehouse, it's our fault. As soon as we started saying that stuff, we got a lot better quicker. It's amazing how that happened. Being in a good business trumps being good at business. It's way, way easier to make money in self-storage than it was moving boxes in a moving company. But yeah, I think it's the people that are delaying gratification. You said it. Just if you are willing to do what's not fun today and put aside what you care about. People walk around the world very selfishly. Hey, what can you do for me? They network with their hand out. Hey, help me, help me, help me. Oh, what can this do for me? What job gives me the best work-life balance? Where do I get the most vacation days? How do I make the most money? Oh, I'll switch jobs for an extra little bit of money because it's all me, 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 me. If you can put all that aside and say, hey, what do other people need? What do rich people, what are problems they're having that I can solve? How can I change these things? You can do really freaking well. If you put your own ego aside and you start businesses based on opportunity and where opportunities are, you can do really, really well.
And how do you find these opportunities? Is it just, hey, everybody open your eyes and just look at everything around you from that lens? Like,
yeah, entrepreneurs watch Shark Tank and they hang out on, TechCrunch, and they hang out on Twitter, and they're in their own little bubble about how they can start a technology company. Shut your laptop, go outside, and start walking around the world with a curious mind. Hey, how does that business make money? Oh, we're in this restaurant. They're paying $4,000 a month of rent. They have $6,000 a month of overhead with the 3 chefs in the back. They have utilities. They have electric. They have 17 tables in here. They're going to send out food at 20% margin. How is this place making money? How many customers do they need to have to make money? Start thinking like that everywhere you go in the world, and boom, you're going to stumble upon, damn, this is a good business. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, you'll be doing cost segs.
That's right. Everybody should be doing cost segs. What about that question in reverse, in your experience, having come across thousands of people that you've managed, hired, fired, partnered with, invested, had invest? What do you think has been the biggest consistent theme and why someone doesn't achieve success?
Insecurity.
What is it like? How
whether they voice it or not. I think insecure people, many insecure people, they're overcompensating the other way. They're acting very sure of themselves, but then they end up taking a venture capital bet because if they fail, the odds were that they would fail. There's no ownership. If you go start a business where almost everybody wins and you fail, guess what? That's scary. Mm-hmm. How many self-storage guys have you heard going broke in the world? I'm taking a pretty big risk doing that because if I fail, there's nobody to blame but me. But if I go start a venture capital back business and try to change the world, of course I wasn't going to win. Nobody's ever done that before. What did I expect?
Yeah, only 1 out of 30.
Nobody can blame me. So I think it's kind of sometimes raising VC money and trying to change the world and having these, harebrained business ideas. That's a cop out.
Yeah, it's not your money anyway.
Yeah. So play the odds. Be confident. More people should be confident. More people should have a big ego. More people should try to be the big fish in a small pond. Let me go start the momentum.
I want to add to that because this is something you had touched on, and I meant to ask this question earlier. But one of the, I'll say the biggest reason, answering my own question, that I've seen people not achieve success in the businesses that I've been involved in, mostly real estate, but even athletics, is victim mentality. Mm-hmm. Is feeling like you're a victim, you're being victimized, nothing's in your control. It's somebody's doing something to you. Yep. In brokerage, it's like, oh, it's the market, it's my product type, it's my geographic focus. In sports, like it's the
car ride home. It's the car ride home with the dad who was saying these referees screwed us.
Yeah, my coach doesn't like me. It's all politics. At USC, I came in under a previous coach, Paul Hackett, and he was let go after my freshman year. Pete Carroll comes in, and I had all my teammates that I came in with in my class, and so many of them, when Pete came in, he's like, oh, I'm not playing because Pete wants his guys. It's like, no, he just wants the best player. Maybe his guys are better, but
I'm never, ever going to blame a referee in front of my kids. I'm never going to blame a coach in front of my kids. I'm never going to blame a teacher in front of my kids. Every single thing that goes wrong, and of course a referee is going to blow a call. Yeah. Every single thing that goes wrong on the ride home, I'm going to be like, hey, that's the name of the game. Sometimes that's how it happens. Or I'm going to say, hey, we could have put ourselves in a better position to make this happen.
Yeah, don't let the refs decide it. And part of the reason I asked that is because I think in a previous interview you had said maybe early on you did have a little victim mentality as a business owner.
100%. I was pointing at the labor market. I was pointing at how nobody wants to work hard. I was pointing fingers
Was
everywhere.
this during the
Student storage business, 2012, me and Danny sitting in a bar in Ithaca, New York, and just complaining. Just like this, we were right across from each other, and I'd say, dude, did you see how dumb that employee was? Look at this over here. Or, gosh, these customers are just entitled, they're mean. Or the labor market, or we can't lease any warehouse space because the real estate market. And we were just pointing fingers at everybody. And eventually we just said, hey, get it together. It's our fault.
But okay, so but how did that happen? Because my experience or my opinion, and I'll state as opinion, is I argue that it's a fact, is most people never get out of that. Mm-hmm. I mean, look at how people vote. It's politicians get voted in based on who's better at blaming someone else. Like it seems like almost, and that's Republican and Democrat both basically say, hey, this other person is doing this to you, vote for me and I'll protect you because you're a victim. Yeah. How did you not go down that victim route, even though you had that mentality, it sounds like, in that moment? Like you're like blaming, these employees suck, the market sucks, these customers suck. What happened?
We saw one of our competitors sell, and they were bigger, they were better, and the owners got rich, a couple $1 million. And we're like, damn, they did it. And then we're like, okay, if they can do it,
we can do it.
We have no excuse here.
Okay.
And then I realized when I went into a Texas Roadhouse right across the street from our warehouse, and it was full of people, had 125 full-time employees. In the same market, we were trying to hire 10 people. Like, okay, they can hire 125 people to cook food and haul it out. We got to stop blaming the labor market. It's not the labor market, it's us. And as soon as we said, if our employees make a mistake, it's our fault. If we can't get enough employees, it's our fault. If we can't find a warehouse, it's our fault. As soon as we started saying that stuff, we got a lot better quicker. It's amazing how that happens.
Big news, guys. I created a free PDF that details my method on how I analyze a self-storage facility and figure out what it's worth. Give me a pen, the back of a napkin, and a couple metrics, and I can figure out about what the property is going to be worth to me. If you want to download this PDF, click in the show notes, the first link, and you can give me your email address, and you get a email right away with a 4-page PDF that outlines exactly how I think about underwriting or giving my initial analysis on a self-storage facility. Again, click the link in the show notes, and you're going to get that document for free.
This episode of Sweaty Startup is brought to you by SupportShepard.com. SHEPHERD. They are a full-service headhunting agency in the Philippines to help you find talent for your service business at 20% of the cost of U.S. equivalents. I've hired 8 employees through Support Shepard. I cannot speak highly enough about how it is revolutionizing my business. This company finds you candidates, they background check them, they do personality tests, they make sure they're a good fit based on your job description, they set up the interviews, and they even help you with the employment contract when you're ready to make the hire. I cannot recommend them enough. Check out SupportShepard.com to learn more.